Hello, this is Scott Werner. I am speaking at the Wezac conference 2018, May 11th through the 14th, and Arthur wanted me to give you some answers to some questions he had. Well, number one, the definition of Wezac is the Buddhist New Year festival celebrating the birthday of the Buddha at the May full moon. And so we're going to be at Mount Shasta during the full moon, the weekend of the full moon, and it's going to be exciting. His number one question is, what is my background to bring to successful fulfillment the purpose of the Wezac conference? Well, my background is I'm a previous medical doctor, but I've gone way beyond that. I practiced alternative medicine for 31 years using herbs, homeopathics, crystals, you name it, energy medicine. And I've got to the point where I was doing a really good job, but people were starting to get sick despite what I was doing. And so I had the question, what do we do about all the pollutants, the toxins, the nanobots, radiation we're being exposed to in the world today? And that's affecting everybody and making us all get cancers, get chronic inflammatory diseases, etc. And I had that question, and usually I get answers immediately because I have communication through telepathy with the Creator and the angelic beings. But I wasn't getting the answer that I wanted. And so I was invited to a conference up in Mount Shasta, California, and it was a Convergence in Light with Marilyn Harper, and I had so many amazing things happen. Fairies appeared to us, elves, we had all kinds of UFOs flying over the mountain. It was quite the event. And I'm really into this stuff anyway, because I always wanted to be on Star Trek and fly through the universe, finding things. But anyway, for the unity consciousness that we're talking about, Saint Germain came to me with the message that we need to be preparing our bodies for the Ascension. And one of the ways that he taught me to do that was we need to manifest more DNA back into our bodies. Essentially, we had been downgraded and de-evolved and ended up with 2 strands of DNA. We get 23 chromosomes from our mothers, 23 from our fathers, and it forms our modern humans. And with this amount of DNA, we don't have much telepathy. We don't receive from the other side as much as we normally should. And so what this has to do with unity consciousness is we as humanity, we need to evolve and get our 24 strands of DNA back. And what this does for us, it makes us more telepathic, more able to communicate with one another on a heart level or a love level, because that's where the Creator is. The Creator is love, and He created this universe for us with His love, and we sort of de-evolved from that. And so my message is a message of hope, getting us all evolved again, and we can help each other by manifesting the 24 strand DNA into our bodies again. Now, the second question he had is the Wezac unity consciousness as applied to my work. Well, my work, as you know, has been to help humanity get on this path of the Ascension. So I've been going around speaking what Saint Germain has been telling me. You can find some of those things on the Goldfish Report with Louisa and Winston, and I've done several of those. Dr. WC has invited me to speak on her show, and so you can go and find that also. And I've met so many amazing human beings throughout my life. I literally I think about a person and I meet them. And so it's been absolutely fantastic. Our unity consciousness is that we are telepathic. We are spiritual beings just in a physical body, and we are much more powerful than we even realize. And so my job is to empower people and help them get the energies back into these physical bodies that will help us get through the ascension. And the ascension is essentially our next step in our evolution. We're going to become beings of light and plasma, which is much different than the Kabbalah is teaching us. They're wanting us to evolve into silicon-based creatures that are robots with our consciousness put in these highly technical robots like the Borg. And this is not what was intended for our evolution. So that's an answer to that second question. Now, what will I be speaking about at Wezac to apply the unity consciousness? Basically, I will be teaching how to manifest the 24 strands of DNA into our bodies, and using the assistance of the healing masters, the archangels, and there are 3 main archangels that help us do this. The first is Uriel, who is the archangel of the earth. The second one is Jophiel, who is the archangel of the creator, who comes and brings the energy of God's love to us. And the third one is Zaphkiel. Now, I had never heard of Archangel Zaphkiel until I went to Mount Shasta. And I met Zaphkiel, and he is the archangel of creation and ecstasy and compassion. And he assists us with the creation of the 24 strands of DNA in every cell in our body. So these archangels assist us. And then we call forth the star children, who are the ones who actually keep, the keepers of the perfected 24 strands of DNA for third dimensional beings. So we call them in to bring those 24 strands of DNA to us, the perfect ones. And so that's what we want. We want perfected DNA. Now, why is this important for unity consciousness? The 24 strands of DNA actually connect us. They form 12 double helix. And as you know, double helix has telomeres at the end. Now, the telomeres were aptly named telomeres because telo means communication and mir means dimension. So the 12 double helix actually help us to apply and communicate with the consciousness of the 12 dimensions, the initial 12 dimensions. There's many more than that. There's infinite. Universe is infinite dimensions. It's an omniverse, basically. But the 24 strands helps us communicate with the lower levels, or 12 dimensions, the first of our evolution. And it helps us communicate with the other beings in the other dimensions, the higher dimensions. And so for unity consciousness, it actually brings information to us, and it makes us much more intelligent. It makes our bodies vibrate at a higher vibration, because currently a lot of humans are vibrating fairly low. And, you know, over half of us don't even believe in God. So it's like, you know, even coming to those beliefs is an evolution. And so I just want you to know that's what I'm going to be talking about at Wezac. And also we'll be doing group healings and blessings. I went by request of Saint Germain, I went down to South America and lived with Father Gabriel Mejia and 2 other fathers, Father Jose and Father Orlando, and went through many marvelous experiences down in Colombia. And I learned a lot of the truth of what happened with the drug wars and all of this, that it was actually caused by our CIA. And you know, and Father Gabriel actually was the one who took confession from Pablo Escobar. And so, you know, I learned many things directly from those people who have lived down there, and many people were killed and the children were left in the streets to fend for themselves. Many of them got on drugs, prostituted themselves because they didn't have families. They didn't know any better. And to be better, to become better, we have to be better ourselves. And Father Gabriel learned many, many things. He actually was taught TM by Maharishi Mahesh Yogananda in 1975, and he met Viktor Frankl and started using logotherapy to assist these kids, and you know, used multiple modalities. I was surprised all the stuff Father Gabriel knew about. He knew about everything I knew about. And so that's a story in and of itself. And where that comes from is we have unity with everybody on the planet. And we need to express that unity, express that love, and help each other to evolve. And Father Gabriel has a 98% success rate in getting people off drugs, off prostitution, pedophilia, I mean, pornography, you name it. He has helped people, and what that means, 98% success rate, after 10, 20 years, the people are still doing well, and they're good citizens, they're higher-minded beings of light. And here in the United States, we have a 95% recidivism rate, which means through our therapies, after 10 years, 95% of the people are back doing the same darn things they were doing before, because they haven't been enlightened and brought to that peace of the soul and that unity consciousness, which is what Father Gabriel uses and Saint Germain teaches. So that's what I'm going to be teaching about there at the conference. Thank you for listening. I answered all 3 of those questions, so thank you, thank you, thank you, and hope to see you at Wezac 2018 in Mount Shasta, California. It's going to be great. Thank you.